Hello and welcome back to the Gaming 5. Now first of all, some people have actually asked me how I got one, and I'm gonna tell you. Luck. First, it's a very small shape. It's actually smaller than it appears in pictures, and it's a very close one-to-one replication shrunken down. It's also very compact and very lightweight, essentially meaning it looks fantastic as a shelf decoration. The controller, on the other hand, is most definitely a one-to-one replication of the original, right down to the uncomfortable corners that really start to give you some soreness after hours of play. Speaking of uncomfortable, all of the cables are really short. I had to use the Wii U's HDMI cable, and having to buy any extension cables is just rather head-scratching, especially considering the original NES controller had a cable over twice as long. Fortunately, its low 1 amp power requirement means its also short USB cable can be plugged into just about any USB port on a PC or laptop, which I had to actually do during my live stream, as I ran out of power outlets, so I simply powered this with my laptop. I even test powered it with this portable mobile battery bank. You're welcome for the on-the-go NES gaming ideas. Overall, the design is solid, doing its nostalgic fan service absolute justice. But there is one simple oversight. Cartridges. Like I mentioned in my unboxing, this could open up and use cartridges. In the case of the 3DS, those cartridges already exist, and you could simply have different collections you could plug into this. This one would already include a cartridge with said 30 games, but imagine all the various companies and Nintendo that could release more collections. Speaking of the collection, I've actually played many of the 30 games in here, with Ghosts and Goblins being my first game ever. It's a great collection, though any retro gaming connoisseur will always be able to name a game it's missing, hence my earlier cartridge idea. And since I've played the hell out of many of these games, my time in them was more of a quick trip down memory lane, but not necessarily a full playthrough. It also employs some nice video options, once again owing to nostalgia fan service. CRT, 4:3, and pixel perfect options give retro gamers some love. It also employs save states, which is a nice feature that allows some of the more difficult games that lack convenient save points to be tackled with less loss of progression upon dying, which happened a lot more in these earlier days of gaming. In conclusion, the NES Classic is a fantastic dose of nostalgia, but it definitely has some shortcomings. The inclusion of all short cables means anyone not sitting right in front of their TV will need some sort of extension, whether it's HDMI, the controller cable, or even the USB power cord. The other is a totally missed opportunity for cartridges as aforementioned. It doesn't need an entire full library, but just one or two more collections would go a long way in selling loads more of these units leading up to and beyond the Switch. I dare say this is more of a collection display item that just so happens to actually work and do something. It's great to play these games again, but it's even greater to behold this adorable work of plastic. If you absolutely have to have one, I can't argue, but if you're thinking of this as some sort of retro gaming system, it might be shorter lived than you think in both what it offers and its laughably short cables. That's it for today. I'll see you next time on the Gaming 5.
Or will I?
That seemed a little threatening.
Perfect.